Now students, after studying cotton, now next we will study about the jute and flax. Jute and flax, they both are separately given in your book, but I am teaching you collectively because their method of getting fibers from the plant is same, so that you can understand that these two fibers we get in the same way. Okay, so let's see. Second fiber is jute and third fiber is flax. Okay, so jute, if we talk about this jute is a very famous kind of fiber and it is the second largest used fiber next than cotton. Okay, so in case of jute, this plant grows well in the alluvial soil, or we can say during the humid or hot conditions. Okay, and this if we talk about the jute plant, then it provide fibers to us in the form of stem, or we can say from the stem region we get fiber from jute as well as flax also. Means both the plants, you know that in case of cotton we studied that we get cotton fibers from the flower. Okay, but here we get jute fiber and flax fiber from which part? Stem part of the plant. And as you know that stem stalks are there in both the cases, then these stalks, when they grow up properly and grown up to the height of 6 feet or 7 feet, that time what that farmers are doing, they harvest these stalks, means these stem parts, they cut down, and after cutting they made bundles of these stems. Okay, in both the cases, and those bundles they soak in water nearby any pond or any kind of river or whatever water body is there. They bind those bundles with something and they soak in the water body, so that for 15 to 20 days, and so that the fiber which is present on the surface of these stems, it can be softened and it can be easily separated from that stalks. Understand? So this process of soaking these bundles of stems in water is called retting. Okay, this is called retting. This process is called retting. In the same way that we get cotton from ginning method, but here process is different. We soak the stems, and after soaking, when stems are getting rotten and these fibers become separate from the stem, that time that process is soaking stem part in the water body, that is called retting. Understand? And after retting process, we means that farmers, they spread those stems or stalks and spread in the by exposing in the sunlight, and when they dries up, that time fibers can be easily separated from the stem part by hands or with the help of machines also. Okay, and when they separate fiber from stems, after separation they send those stems for spinning. Means thread is made from those fibers, and when thread is prepared, then that material is ready to make any kind of other thing. We can make wall hangings, we can prepare cloths from it, or we can use to make mattresses or so many decorative items are also prepared from jute as well as flax. And children, from flax, flax has two main uses, important uses, which you should know. That one of the important use of flax is its threads, or we can say its fibers, are used in the currency notes, means notes which we are using in a currency, in the form of currency, that is also prepared by the use of these flax fibers. Okay, you should know this is the important use. And second thing, one special kind of clothing material is coming in the market, which is called linen, and this linen is also prepared by the use of flax. Okay, it is made up of flax material, linen. Okay, so children, this is all about these two fibers, jute and flax. So after this, we have studied now three fibers which we get from plants, means cotton, jute and flax. So fourth our fiber is cotton silk. Cotton silk. You must be thinking that it is a combination of cotton and silk. No. This is also a kind of fiber which is looking like, means its properties are just like cotton as well as silk also. Means it is a mixture of the properties of, it can show the properties of cotton as well as silk, because it has shiny appearance, like silk is shining so much, and silk is a smooth material also, so it shows silky, that its fibers are silky, and as well as they can used by in place of cotton also. So that's why these are the different kind of fibers which we can get from the kapok tree, kapok plant, or this is the name of plant from where we can get cotton silk. Okay, this also you should know that trees are there, and these trees are mainly found in the India as well as in Bangladesh. Okay, and in other countries maybe a little bit that it can be found, but mainly in India and Bangladesh is the producer of this cotton silk. Understand? So this material is also used to make cloths, or we can say some other materials. Stuffing materials are also stuffing material. You know what is stuffing? Stuffing means किसी चीज में भर के use करना. Just like pillows, we can make pillows, quilts, or mattresses. These kind of things we can make from these cotton silk material. Okay children, so this is the fourth kind of fiber which we get from kapok plant. And our fifth and last this plant fiber is coir. Okay, coir we get from, this is a hard and coarse fiber. Coarse means rough kind of fiber, and this fiber is not used to make cloths, but this fiber is has so many uses, means other uses. This coir, first of all I want to tell you that what is a coir fiber. Coir we can get from the outer covering of coconuts. You know that dry coconuts, or even watery coconuts also, when outermost covering we can take out that outermost covering of cotton, that hairy structures are present on the outermost covering of coconut. That material is called fiber or coir of this fiber of coconut are called coir, and this material is used to make ropes, okay, and mattresses, these mats, door mats, or some decorative material also can be prepared by the use of this. And other than this, for stuffing purposes means in packing materials also, like glass materials when they pack, or some delicate material when they pack, they use this coir material during packing of delicate materials, okay. And other than these, ropes are prepared by the use of coir, fishing nets are prepared by the use of coir. So many things we can prepare from this coir fiber. Understand? So it is used, that ropes which are prepared from coir are so strong that which we used during the building or construction purposes. Okay. So that's why this coir is also equally important as compared to other fibers. Okay, children. So these are all the 5 fibers we have studied in this chapter as a plant fibers. Okay. So after these, now we study about the animal fibers. You know that animal fibers are mainly of 2 kinds. First is wool, and second is silk. Okay. So wool is a fiber which we get from the hair of animals. And how we can get wool? These processes also you should know that how we can get wool from animals. And first of all, I want to tell you that which are the animals, what are the type of animals which provide us wool. That wool providing animals are sheep, variety of goats, different variety of goats, and rabbit, yak, camel, and some birds are also there. In our country, I think birds are not used, but in other countries, birds are also used to get fibers. And even one famous animal which is nowadays banned to use wool from that animal, that is antelope. Okay, antelope means Tibetan antelope, which is found in Tibet region only, and people continuously they used to get wool from those animals. And because of their weather, means weather is so cool at that place, and when people get wool from, means remove the hair of those animals, and the animals start dying. So that's why government banned by the use of that kind of wool. But nowadays we are getting wool from other animals which I have told you. Okay. So wool is main fiber which we use during the winter season. You know that we can make sweaters or gloves, mufflers, and so many other things, shawls, quilts, means endless variety of things which we can prepare from wool. Understand? And wool has a quality that it is a we can say bad conductor of heat, means it cannot pass heat from it. Our body is warm, you know that continuously when so many reactions are going on in our body and so many processes are going on in our body, that time our body releases some heat, and that heat is maintained or it remains inside the body when we wear woolen clothes. Okay, during winter season, wool makes our body warm, because wool is a bad conductor of heat. It will not let the heat to pass out from the woolen cloths. So that's why it is regarded as the best material to wear during winter season. So children, how we get wool? Wool is first process to get wool from the animals, that's shearing. During the process of shearing, we remove hair of animals with the help of some kind of tools which are called shears. Okay, so first process is shearing. During shearing, what we use shears. Shears are the kind of tools, and they are electrically operated also, and by the use of shears, that those person who keep wool or rear those sheep at their farm, they used to remove the hair from animal. That process is called shearing. So after shearing, they separate out or wash out dirt, dust, or those what we call that oily things, or whatever dirty material present in hair, that they wash off and they separate out. Means clean hairs they collect after washing or drying. That process is called scouring. Scouring. Okay. About these things you will study in class 7th also. So here I am explaining you a little bit in detail. So after removing those dust or dirt particles, then this material will go for dyeing. Dyeing means to color those fibers or hairy material. And before that, sorting also there. Sorting means they separate the coarse, or we can say hard fibers, from soft or small fibers. And some that costly cloths are prepared from the soft fibers, and some that cheap kind of material are prepared by the use of that hard hairs or hard fibers. So after dyeing, again in the same way what we studied in other fibers, that material is sent for spinning, means thread or yarn is prepared from that, and when yarn is prepared, then it will go for looming, means to prepare cloths from it, or if we want to make sweaters or some other kind of material, then we can make from that yarn by knitting also. Knitting means wo silai se bunna, just like your mother or your grandmother must be doing at home. That process is called knitting. So woolen material we can prepare by knitting also, and by weaving also, which we get from market, sweaters or different things that they prepare by the process of weaving. So children, this is about the wool, that how we get wool from animals. Understand? So next we will talk about the silk.